I'm reading the prologue of Emily Frankel's novel, Somebody, Woman of the Century. It was January 1, 1900. Up in her attic room, Rosalind Benedek was pacing. Damn, hell, dung, piss, damn it! They were the worst words she could think of at the moment. Her head hurt, her feet hurt. She unlaced her shoe boot, pulled and tugged till she could kick them off. She needed to lie down. She couldn't lie down. She didn't want to wrinkle her Sunday best dress. The hem was embroidered with the check pattern. A leaf, 3 yellow flowers, then a leaf with orange flowers on a curlicue vine which connected each cluster to the next and the next. Rosalind loved the dress. She hated the dress. The same way she loved and hated the stories of Pa and Ma back in the old country, where the cardinal had blessed the silver cross that she wore around her neck on a chain. Dang blasted thingamabob! She wanted to tear it off, hurl it out the window. The cross burned her hand like ice. Oh, God, Mary, Mother, forgive me. She closed her eyes. It's a bad dream. I'll wake up in a minute and everything will be the way it was last year. She pictured herself skinny flat again, giggly, happy, and silly. She'd play with her dolls, pretend to be Nellie Bly, with no lies to tell, no excuses to make, no monthlies, no bosoms, no boys, no private parts. Oh, God, it's too late. I'm 16. I'm an old woman. She whirled around and checked in the mirror. Her brown hair was glossy. She was still pretty as the picture she'd cut out of a magazine. Miss Lillian Russell, Broadway's reigning queen. Everyone said, "You're the spitting image of her." Singing, "Hello, my baby, hello, my honey, hello, my ragtime gal." Rosalind picked up her skirt, did the cakewalk, the step-kick strut the magazine described. There was a pain. It came and went in a second. "It's nothing, just a twinge," Rosalind assured herself. It couldn't be what Ma's quilting bee ladies whispered about in the parlor in that dreadful hollow tone they used for talking about death and sex. The pain was just the usual intestinal signal, but suddenly Rosalind couldn't tolerate the feeling of clothing against her stomach. She grabbed her skirt, bunched it against her chest. She felt like a bushel bag ready to spill. Her corset was already unlaced. One tug, it slid to her ankles. She struggled with the waist cincher. It was tight, hiding the fact that her waist was non-existent. She gasped with relief as it fell. Seconds later, her starched petticoats were on the floor. She shoved down her drawers, stepped out of the pile of undergarments. The pain was a real pain now. The belly stuck out like a pig bladder kickball. She saw the devil's mark, a blue vein bisecting her from wishbone to pubic crest. The pain was the devil's hand punishing her for Rosie. That's what George called her. Oh, damn him! His lips, his hands, his thing. 6 times she'd said no. 6 times they'd done it. Damn him, she swore. He promised he wouldn't let go when they were together in sin. Pain was enveloping her. That Greek, that villain, why wasn't he here instead of down by the railroad tracks laying ties on New Year's for overtime pay? Between her legs she felt herself opening up for him. Or was it his baby pushing to come out? Suddenly she knew why the quilting bee ladies whispered in that death-sex tone. It was sweet, awful pain between her legs, like the pain she felt when they did it. And the muscle down there was stretching, stretching. The pain was almost unendurable. Yet the hurting was a yearning to go on and on. All at once the pain stopped. Rosalind stood there, cold air penetrating between her legs, like the 3 cold fingers of the stone-faced midwife. She'd poked and prodded, telling Ma, "Your girl's gone 4, maybe 5 months." Ma said, "You've got to marry George. You've got to tell Pa." Rosalind told Pa. "I'm pregnant," pronounced the word without a blush, and went on as fast as possible. "Pa, I don't want to get married. I'd have to quit school." "A girl who wants to be somebody has to graduate school." "Pa, I've got the highest marks in arithmetic and English in my class." Tears dribbled down her chin. The more she wept, the worse she felt, and the better she felt, because tears might help convince Pa. "Oh, Pa, I can get married later on, but not now. Not now, Pa." Pa turned to Ma. "We came to this country to get away from the old laws and rules that told us how we must lead our lives. We cannot force our daughter. We can only try to advise her. It's her life, Clara." "It's my life. It's my life." The pain was starting up again. 10 times, 100 times she'd said, "It's my life," chanted it at night to blot out the worries, but never had she pictured the birthing. Suddenly, she was seeing the animals in the barn. Hens dropping eggs from some nameless hole. Pigs squealing, expelling turds along with piglets. The cow forced down onto the straw, tied spread-legged so that iron forceps could be rammed into her bleeding parts, while cheering farm hens drowned out the poor creature's mooing cries. Rosalind was hot and cold with terror. She wanted to run and hide. She couldn't move. The pain was in front, in back, all around. She couldn't stand up straight. She needed help, but she wouldn't call out. Never, never would she scream or squeal, bray or howl like the beasts in the barn. Not in front of the stone-faced midwife. Not in front of Ma. Ma was in the doorway, frowning down at the discarded undergarments. "You got pains?" "No," Rosalind answered quickly. The devil's hand grabbed. Rosalind couldn't control herself, couldn't muffle the fart sound, could only try to act like it hadn't happened. "My gracious, I just remembered. There's a picture I must show you, Ma." Rosalind grabbed the Ladies' Home Journal. The hand was twisting her innards. She flipped the pages, looking for something, anything to talk about. "Here's the picture, Ma. It's a Gibson girl. Wouldn't her outfit be a perfect graduation dress for me? It would only take 10 yards," and the pain exploded into a savage ripping. "Oh, God!" Rosalind dropped the magazine. The pain was splitting her flesh, cleaving her apart. Ma patted the embroidered quilt on the bed. "You should lie down." "Ma, you could say it's yours, Ma. You always wanted another child. Ma, you can say it belongs to your sister." Ma folded back the white quilt so that the embroidered flowers in the vine pattern were right side up. "Be easier if you rest here." "No, I'm not a cow. I'm not going to lie down like a cow." "Come, lie down, Rosalind." "I'm not sick. I'll wait till later." Rosalind felt as if she were fighting a war with Ma, with 100 old women, with 1,000 old wives who were shaking their heads, waggling their forefingers, telling her to give up, give in, go and do with her life what they'd done with theirs. Water was pouring down her legs. Ma put strong hands on her daughter's shoulders and led her to the bed. Rosalind sat on the edge. The water leaking out of her was staining the snowy white quilt. Her teeth were clenched. A cry forced her lips apart. "Oh, God, if it's a girl, baby, please, please don't let her get trapped by the vine and the flowers." And that's the prologue. The beginning of somebody, woman of the century.